Welcome back, guys. This is the final segment of the Friday, July 22nd, 2011 episode of Down the Rabbit Hole. Make sure to check out Will's show tomorrow, by the way. Will, what time are you going to be on?
Saturday, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. The show is called Second Look. Come and join me and look at the big picture.
What are you going to be talking about tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'll probably bring up a few things. Of course, I'm going to bring up Oslo. I'm going to tie it into the 2012 mind control theory that I've been working on, that at the exponential rate of mind control we're working at now, by the time of, December 21st, 2012, people might just be so brainwashed to think that something will happen.
Awesome. And joining us as well for the final segment is Jimmy X. Jimmy, are you with us?
Hello, is this on? Hello?
So you saw that terrorism commercial yourself, did you?
Yeah, I did, actually.
And,
I saw it.
What do you have to say about that, Jimmy?
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people are looking at it and saying, I think what is the most obvious is that, look at that, they're portraying white middle-class Americans as terrorists. And I do believe that Mr. Napolitano actually does want us to believe that white middle-class Americans are potential terrorists. In fact, she came right out and said that several months back, if you recall. She said, if you believe in the Second Amendment and if you disagree with this, some of the points this administration are making, if you, have some sort of dislike for the man in the White House, the usurper-in-chief, if you cling to, your anti-abortion stance and so on and so forth, basically what she did was pretty much indict about half of the United States population. That's really what she did.
You'd be referring to the infamous Mayak report.
Yes, and of course, you know where that got its start from, right? The Southern Poverty Law Center, that bastion of goodwill and everything nice down in Georgia, right?
It just happens to be connected to the ADL as well.
Yeah, go figure.
And isn't it interesting that the president of the ADL's grandson happens to be Adam Gadon? That's why I call him Adam ADL Gadon.
Look at these connections, Popeye. What can we make of these things?
I'm the crazy one. You're the crazy one. Will's the crazy one. We're all the Looney Tunes because we see the connections between this.
Absolutely.
That in a court of law, these people would be, if this were any of us, if the roles were reversed and this were us, we'd be locked up in the blink of an eye.
Absolutely. Well, see, I think there's a bunch of things going on here. So just give me a second to kind of, if I may. I know it's your show.
Go right ahead. No,
but
go
here's
right
the
ahead.
thing, and you guys feel free to jump in here with any commentary or whatever. But I think that the reason that the SPLC came out with that report and then Napolitano repeated it is to make sure that if white people aren't already paranoid, we will be. Okay? And that we got to start, because don't forget, we have this thing going on. If you see something, say something. Okay? So we have to be suspicious of everybody. So, if you keep showing ads like the one that we're talking about, and we keep, hammering people over the head that says, if you don't like Obama, President Obama, I can't even, it's very difficult for me, sorry. It's very difficult to use President and Obama in the same sentence. The fact,
without laughing, right?
Without laughing, right. I hate that. I mean, the salutation, just, I can't attach it to his name, but, the more they keep telling the majority of dopey Americans out there that those are the people we have to fear, the more people are going to start looking at people who say things out of the ordinary and consider it to be out of the ordinary. Let's put it that way. And they're going to start calling and saying, my neighbor next door was outside yesterday and they were saying that they don't like Obama. They were saying that he's a communist and he's a socialist and he's redistributing the wealth. Just look at that bogus Pigford case. He was talking about some Pigford case. 33,000 black farmers turned into 300,000 black people just with their hands out. And he put billions aside for these bogus claims. Didn't even check these people out. It's redistributing the wealth. Okay? But we're supposed to ignore all that. So if you question it, you're a potential terrorist.
But see, if Bush did that, they'd be all. This is what kills me. You get these, like, where's Code Pink when it comes to the Libyan war? Where you guys were all, and look, I've been to rallies with the Code Pink morons down here,
right?
And I used to kind of at least respect them for coming out during the Bush era, but I lost any little half ounce of respect that I had for them. I lost as soon as Obama became president when they said, "Oh well, the Afghan war is justified."
How many conflicts are we in now, Popeye? Have we lost count yet?
I lost count.
Six.
I know we're in Pakistan. I know we're bombing Libya. We're still in Iraq. We just, by the way, we had I think it was F-16s yesterday. We're dropping bombs on a city in Iraq again in retaliation for quote unquote rocket attacks. But there you go.
Right.
Where we only have the troops that are remaining. How Orwellian is this? They're not even calling them troops anymore. They're calling them diplomats.
Right. Well, the other
diplomats with fully automatic weapons and grenades.
Exactly. But the other point I wanted to make, though, too, about the whole thing is, while my initial reaction to watching that video was exactly the same, that the indictment here, and again, it may very well be that that was the point, but I think there's something else that's going on here that just does need to be mentioned, though, as sort of in a peripheral aside. And that is that if you look at any commercial on TV or anything that goes on right now, we can no longer, I mean, because of political correctness, okay, which is stifling your freedom of thought. I mean, it's completely taking us down, political correctness. You can't be logical and use common sense and be politically correct at the same time. They are mutually exclusive, okay? But, I mean, their commercials, every commercial portrays white people as idiots, okay? And I've watched very little television as it is, but I see it. And then there's one particular alarm company that every commercial shows, some like middle-aged white guy breaking into somebody's home. I mean, please show me the stats that bear that out. But what's happened here, what I'm trying to say is that we can no longer, I mean, there's diversity all over the place. We always talk about diversity, but if it's in a negative light, you can't show it. In other words, if you had a commercial where somebody broke into a house and it was a black guy, which is more along the lines of the crime stats in the United States, then the company would be held liable for being racist and, furthering to denigrate minorities in this country. So if this video portrayed the very people that they really allegedly want us to be looking out for with the suspicious behavior, they'd be called to the carpet. So I'm saying that's just something to think about, because we can no longer, let's put it this way, guys, okay? If we're to believe that this phony war on terror, if we're to believe that the people who are coming over here to try to kill us and harm us are Middle Eastern people of Muslim descent, how come Muslims can get on planes, but your grandmother can't? Okay?
Well, it's right after 9/11. How come, that's one of the biggest complaints. A lot of people were, why aren't you why don't you profile? And they said, well, we want to be politically correct. So instead they felt up, or they or screened or whatever they were doing at the time, all these little old ladies and families with, 2 or 3 kids that are traveling to Disneyland, but they're not going to, they purposely didn't want to profile the Middle Eastern people. Because they didn't, and I'm not saying, look, we all know that they were used as scapegoats. So I'm not saying that they should have been used. But the point is, you can see the absurdity of their system, how they talk out of one side of their mouth and do the other. And the whole thing with showing white people breaking in is to me, because I understand MK Ultra, I understand how mind control works. And again, when I say MK Ultra people, that's an umbrella name for a massive amount of many different operations, okay?
Right.
And when you understand that they use television, and television has solely been used to control your minds and put ideas into your heads, I understand it on a different level. And what it is they in your head, slowly, they program you with the vilification of the white middle-class American, so that as the economy starts to come down, those are going to be the first people that get turned on.
Exactly. But what I said, though, your little anecdote there just proved my point. When they admitted they don't want to profile somebody because it would be politically incorrect. Therefore, again, political correctness and logic and common sense are mutually exclusive. You can't have one with the other. They just don't work. So anyway, I guess the point is here that I think the main reason that film was done in the way it was done was to not offend anybody's sensibilities, but we don't care anymore about offending white middle-class American sensibilities. We're used to it, and it's going to get worse.
Well, you know what? I've said this before. The Irish know about it, the Chinese know about it, the Jews know about it, the Indians know about it, the black people know about it, and now white middle-class America is about to find out about it. Okay?
Yeah.
They're about to find out what it's like to be treated like the whipping boy and be blamed for everything.
Yep. Well, thanks for having me on, Popeye.
No problem, Jimmy. Thanks for coming on. Will, thanks for coming on. Guys, it's been a great show. Everybody, tune in on Sunday. I'm covering JJ show from 3 to 5. Will's going to be hanging out. And from 5 to 7, we're going to be changing things up a little bit for our special broadcast of my interview with Lee Harvey Oswald's girlfriend, Judith Barry Baker. So tune in. I'll see you guys Sunday.